Hello, and today I am going to help you troubleshoot the white screen of death with PHP and MySQL. So here we have MySQL pulled up in the terminal, and here we see a list of people in the test field. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type a new name. Tech to know Joe. And we're just going to hit the Google button, which I renamed trying some stuff out. But anyway, here it is. Thank you. Now, we go back to the select all test table, and down at the bottom, Tech to know Joe has shown up at the bottom. So it's working. I'm able to put a field, I'm able to insert something into the field here, press this button here, which I named Google for reasons, and it will update the MySQL. You can have that field put in anything. So, how did that happen? Well, it wasn't easy. I had a white screen of death that, for whatever reason, I was not able to. I would type everything up. I would type the form up the way it was supposed to be, and it would not connect to MySQL. It would not show any errors. It would not show that it was working. It wasn't working. And I had to figure out exactly what was going on. And I started off with Googling a bunch of forums and trying a bunch of everything. I started this on Saturday, and it is Thursday today, and I got this working 2 hours ago. And then I modified it and I got it to work, because now when you click on Google and nothing's in there, please fill out this field. So I pretty much have a splash page here where you have to fill out this part of the field. You have to fill out this part before you can continue. And that is what I was originally going for, but before that happened, there was a white screen. I wasn't able to communicate. PHP was not communicating with MySQL. And what I had to do was I had to find the PHP Ini file, and that is, the location is probably going to be different depending on what version of Linux you have, what version of Ubuntu you have. I would recommend, depending on what year it is, depending on how well this video lasts, I would recommend going here and just typing in Google, where is PHP I. For me, I'm using Ubuntu. Use whatever version of Linux you're using. And where is the PHP file? And just click on here. And usually on one of the posts, it will give you the link to exactly where it is. Like here, yada yada yada. It's down in etc. PHP, and this is for 5.6 Apache PHP 2. But basically, if you go into terminal, type in cd etc. cd / etc, and then ls, and here you can see the PHP cd PHP ls, and then 7.2. See, this is 7.2. That is for 5.6, but it's pretty much similar in location wise. 7.2 ls, and then cd. See, and here's where it gets different. Here it says etc. PHP 5.6 CGI. There's no CGI here. Instead, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the PHP. Oh, wait, down here, etc. PHP 5.6, but there's still no CGI. But PHP Apache 2 ls, and then cat php.ini. Now, what I did was there are some fields, there are some things I discovered. For starters, when you start out with this, you need to go down, you need to scroll down to the display errors section. You need to remove the semicolons here. You need to remove the semicolons for default value on. You need to remove them for display errors, display startup errors, and error reporting. Just remove those semicolons from there. And then you're going to need to scroll down to extensions, and there's a very silly reason why you need to go to extensions. Okay, because where data handling, paths and directories, file uploads, wrappers, dynamic extensions. There's a very good reason why you need to find this place, and you need to find it very fast. That right there. That is extension equals mysqli. Anything with a semicolon in front of it is not working. It is commented out. That has a semicolon in it. You need to remove the semicolon from that in order to get to work. Then you're not done. You are not done. No. You also need to scroll down. Down. IMAP, INTL, SQLite, prequel, MySQL. You need to scroll down till you get to where are you? Interface. Scroll down until you get to here. MySQLi. Maximum number of persistent links. -1 means no limits. And allow accessing from PHP's perspective, local files with low streams. That's funny. I could have sworn. I could have sworn I took. Oh, there, right there. Allow accessing from PHP's perspective, local files, and load data statements. Right there. The MySQL allow local in file, you need to remove the semicolon from there and turn it to on. And I know what you're thinking, that seems weird, but the next step is that you need to make, once you do that, is you need to make sure that PHP is working. And we do that by creating a PHP info PHP file. And your PHP info file is going to look like, okay, once you've done that, if you're using Nano, go ahead and save it, or what you could do is you could copy the file to another file in the computer, edit it, then copy it back. Or move it back. But the point is, once you have made those 5 changes, you've removed the semicolons from the 3 errors, and you remove the semicolon from the extension mysqli, and the extension, and the last extension I showed you. What you're going to want to do is create a PHP info file. So cd /HTML /web 1 and cat php info.php. Okay. This is all the PHP info.php file has. You're going to have an opening tag for PHP, you're going to have a closing tag for PHP, and you're going to echo PHP info, parentheses, open parentheses, close parentheses, semicolon. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now, you're going to want to go to your local host, webvar / php info.php, and we see that PHP is working. And if we scroll down, we can even see the mysqli is being read. And here we see the allow local in file is on. That turns out that's important. Who knew? Now that's done, guess what? You're not done. You're not out of the woods. No. Because now the real troubleshooting can begin. Webvar. Because now, connect 1. Now you're going to start getting errors. Now you're going to start getting errors like this. Parse error, syntax error, unexpected else. You can go through your code now and you can troubleshoot it and Google it until you get it working, which is exactly what I had to do to get it finally working. And what I did, once I got it working, insert text to add, test 5, and once it was finally working, a record has been inserted. I'm going to go through how to create a PHP file that connects to MySQL later through a form, and you can insert data. I'm going to do all that later. But right now, that just seemed like there's not a lot of information out there on YouTube on how to solve a white screen of death. And so I just want to remind you all that the main things you need to do is you need to go to the php.ini file, and the displayers are going to have little semicolons next to them. You're going to want the displayers default value on. You're going to want displayers startup. You're going to want the error reporting. And what you're going to do is you're just going to delete the semicolons on those. So that's display errors, display startup errors, and error reporting. Delete the semicolons. Then you're going to scroll down to extensions. Data handling, it's past data handling. Path is past path and directories. File uploads is past, and dynamic extensions. Once you're here, you're going to want to scroll down. And of course, you're going to want to remove the semicolon from extension MySQL. MySQLi. And then scroll down a bit more. And again, scroll. MySQLi. You're going to want to make sure there's no colon here for the maximum number, or not there, here, allowing accessing from PHP's perspective local files on load data statements. You're going to want to make sure there's no semicolon there. And in fact, just and that, I think, is everything. And then once you do that, once you make those changes, you're going to want to restart Apache server. Or just to be 100% safe and 100% certain, go ahead and restart your computer. If you want to restart Apache server, go into terminal, sudo, what is it? Apache 2 restart. No. Okay. Clearly I need to do a little bit more research on that, but restart. Okay, restart. Okay, let's see here. Sudo Apache 2 okay, restart. Can I syntax error, blah 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 blah. Okay. I'll also do a video later on how to do a restart on Apache through the terminal. But for now, I'd recommend just doing what I did and restart the computer completely. And that is the troubleshooting method on how I got my MySQL file to accept input from a PHP and got past the white screen of death. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions at all, leave a comment down below. Have a great day.